Hey, and welcome to the Jessica Paul podcast. I'm your host, Jess Paul, actress, manifestation expert, and mindset coach. And I'm here to share with you all of my secrets on confidence, success, and the magic of manifestation. If you're ready to dive in deep and see more success in your career, more money in your bank account, and more love in your life with a whole new level of freedom, then you're in the right place. I'm letting loose on everything you need to take back control of your life, up-level your mindset, and tap into your manifestation powers. I'm so excited that you're here. Welcome the heck back, you guys. It's me, it's Jess Paul, it's your host, it's your mentor. Here on the Mindset, Miracles, and Manifestation podcast, finally, we're back again. It's been like 2 months. I have missed you guys so much. I've been receiving all of these messages from you like, when's the podcast coming back? Am I missing something? Why is there no more episodes? It's literally been because I have been so busy. I've been living life. I've been traveling. You guys know, if you've been keeping up on my Instagram, I am Jessica Paul, like you will have seen all of my life updates over there. I've been away in California, I've been in Mexico. I have just recently got back to the UK and it feels weird, guys. It feels so weird. I have one of those moments where I woke up I've moved back in with my parents because before I went away traveling, I gave up my flat and I gave up like most of my belongings as well. Like I took such a massive risk, and that was all through an intuitive hit that I had. It just said to me, Jess, you need to go to California. And obviously when I got there, like I planned to be there for like 6 weeks just to kind of figure out what it was, like why my intuition was leading me there. And I ended up staying for legit like half a year. In my head, this is what it feels like. Obviously, like 4 months, but like in my head, it feels like it's been half a year. Like, and I have lived probably about 4 lives in that time. Like, I feel like I've lived like 4 years in 4 months, and I've got back to the UK and I feel like nothing's really changed here, which is weird, right? Obviously things have changed, but like I've got back and I've got this whole other life in California. I've got all my friends, like I've got best friends over there now. And, you know, I woke up and I had this wobble. I was like, what the hell am I doing back here? Like I don't want to be in the UK. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that because I think it's so normal to have this kind of like post-travel blues, and like your vibration can just feel a little bit off in those moments. And I certainly woke up feeling like that. That all got turned around. I have like already manifested so many things since being back here, let alone all of the things that manifested whilst I was away. And so I want to use this episode to honestly just catch up with you guys because it's been so long, and just talk about some of the main things that I've learned in my time traveling, getting out there in the world, meeting new people, dating, partying. You know, I have, like I said, lived 5 lives, and I am so excited to share everything with you guys. But before we get into all of that in today's episode, I want to talk about a new frequency that I've stepped in. And I'm so excited by this, guys. Like over this, as I said, like living all of these lives and learning so much in this time that I've been away, I stepped into a whole new energy, a whole new frequency. I had a complete rebrand of my business. And, you know, I'm still a manifestation mentor, still teaching that, but like, I've really niched down to help my creatives, to help my content creators, my influencers, my online business owners, my actors especially, and just my artists, people that are like creative in this world, because that's who I am and that's what I love doing. And so I've really niched down on this, but honestly, like the main thing that I'm really teaching you guys is just this inner confidence, this like utmost confidence, and this energy of being seen and being noticed and being recognized for what you do, and like living a luxury life. At the end of the day, like one of the biggest things that I've learned since being away has just been that it is not shallow to want more in terms of money and material things and travel and experiences, and you know, living a life that is luxury based, that's not just, you know, scraping by, you know. And I talk a lot about money mindset and I talk a lot about manifesting money, but I think there was something that really shifted in my own subconscious around how I really freaking deserve it. And since like moving into that frequency, like I have already manifested so many things in my career, in my acting career, but also in like, just in life, like in experiences that I've been having. Like I've been finding myself in like 5-star resorts and like these like, real luxury beach clubs and like things that I really looked at before, and like an influencer kind of lifestyle. And I looked at before and I thought, it's not for me, or that's never going to happen for me. And now that I've lived it, and now that I've realized that I deserve it, that's just the standard in my life. And I think creating these new standards for ourselves is really freaking important. And so I want to talk, a little bit about that as well today. But I stepped into this new frequency, this new energy, and this energy I call celebrity energy. And it's a frequency that I kind of like really started to embody whilst I was in LA and I was actually hanging out with celebrities. But also just for myself, like this frequency isn't about, being surface level. Like this is like a really deep frequency of confidence and of self-awareness and of self-assurance that literally people feel from you, like it's dripping from you. And that's what has been honestly manifesting all of my experiences today. And so I actually created a brand new course called Fame Frequency, which is a 4-week course taking my creatives, my actors, my online entrepreneurs, everybody who wants to be seen. Like, because not everybody wants to be seen. Not everybody wants to be noticed, but those of you that are business owners, that are creatives, that want to be seen in this life, myself included, like that this frequency, I've created this 4-week course all around it, based on it. It's got strategy in there on how to show up. It's got the mindset behind it, the belief work behind it. It's got how to embody this version of you, this real celebrity version of you. It's got all of the action taking that we have to take. It's all crammed in there in this 4-week course, and I already have a group of amazing people working through this course right now, and they're seeing huge results. And so this is something that kind of like, this came about for me whilst I was away, because I just realized things about like rebranding and what it was that I wanted to do and what it was that I actually like is my zone of genius. And like my zone of genius in this life as a manifestation mentor is honestly to help people feel empowered as fuck and get seen, get noticed, live a luxury life, embody this version of themselves that they've always wanted to be. And so this frequency, this energy, this celebrity energy has been game changing, guys. And this is the reason I created this course. So our sponsor for this week is my Fame Frequency course, this 4-week course. If you're an artist, an actor, an online entrepreneur, a content creator, an influencer, someone that wants to be noticed in this world, then this is the course for you. It's taking you through these 4 weeks, like I said, of social media strategy, of mindset work, of embodiment, of the action that we get to take, and it's all in there. You also get a live call with me. This is like a massive live group call where we're going to be having hot seat coaching. It's going to be a Q&A. You're going to have the opportunity to be up in my energy and asking me all the questions. That's involved in that as well. You get this online course for life. This is like full of exclusive podcasts from me, guys, and it's got all of my secrets in there. So if you want to come and join us, then go ahead and click the link in my show notes right now. You can sign up right away. This is only £888, guys. For all of this content, for this energy with me, for this group call with me, all of this is just £888. Like I was going to put this up in price, but then I wanted to run it in a way that was affordable and accessible for you guys, because I know that there's so many, especially with my actors and my influencers out there who are so ready for this energy. So I've kept it at $888. If you guys have any problems, or if you guys want to chat to me about it before you sign up, then just drop me a DM over at I am Jessica Paul on my Instagram account and we can talk through it together. But other than that, I can't wait for you guys to get inside. As I say, the round that's been going through right now have been manifesting like crazy. We've been getting people signed, penciled for big acting jobs, like people like for BBC jobs, for like all sorts of work, massive self-tapes coming through. Like this is just on the acting front, but in terms of business as well, like we've been getting people out there, getting people seen online. It's been huge. And so if you guys want to find out more, click the link in my show notes, drop me a DM, and I'll see you in there. I cannot wait to continue working through this frequency with you all. So, I want to jump in today's episode and talk about some of the biggest things that I've learned through traveling and being away in LA, in Orange County, in all around California, to be honest, and then into Mexico as well, and like traveling into Cancun and Tulum and doing all of these things. Because as I say, I feel like I've lived so many lives in this time and grown as a person, grown as a woman, like. There's been a number of experiences that I've had that has honestly changed my life. And so we want to talk about that today, but I first want to talk about, as I was saying before, how when I got back to the UK and I woke up that morning, I mean, the jet lag was real, guys. Like, I've only just really started to get over the jet lag. But when I woke up the morning of like arriving back in the UK, like I had such a major wobble and I was lying in bed thinking, what the hell am I doing with my life? Again, like that kind of, and this is a thought I think that most creative people or entrepreneurs have, because we are seriously dictating every moment of our life. Everybody is like, we're powerful creators in our life, like whether you're employed or not. But like when you're in this entrepreneurial realm, like we're constantly waking up thinking, what is happening next for me? And, I had this feeling right before going away. I was like, oh my God, like, I'm giving up my flat, I'm giving up my possessions, I'm just getting on a plane with no freaking plan at all, like just trusting my intuition. And, like I had the same thoughts, like, what am I doing with my life? And then obviously within that time, like I created this whole brand new life for myself. I've got a whole new friendship group. Like these are some of my best friends now that I've made out there. And, I've been dating. I was dating certain guys out there, and like, there's people that I've left behind, right? That I then woke up in the UK and I thought, wow, like what's happening next for me now? And I had a bit of a wobble, which is really normal, guys. And I think that anybody that's gone through like a major life transition, like in any way, whether that's you going off traveling like I did, or whether it's like, the end of a relationship or like a divorce, or, moving homes or moving cities, or something that's like a big life transition, we can almost in a way like our vibration wobbles so much because it's change, and like our ego doesn't like change, right? So anyways, I woke up thinking, what the hell am I doing next? And also kind of just feeling sad, like I've got this whole life in California that I've left behind, which by the way isn't true. Like I'm going to be going back very soon, and this is my whole visa manifestation process is happening. But I was feeling this sadness, and that day, I just want to tell you a little story, because this is also going to help, this is just going to inspire a few people. And also it proves to you that this fame frequency, this celebrity energy that I'm talking about really freaking works. Okay. So I woke up feeling wobbly, and I actually was going into town that day because I was buying a new MacBook, right? Which I'm recording off right now. And actually, I couldn't connect my microphone to this MacBook because Apple does that thing where it changes the USB outputs. And so like I couldn't plug all of my stuff in. So I'm actually recording this just from the speaker on my laptop, and I think it's pretty okay. But so I went in to go and get this brand new MacBook because mine died on me in Mexico, and that as well, I always think whenever technology breaks down, this is just a new upgrade in life. And so it was a purchase that I needed to do anyway. So anyways, go into town, getting this MacBook. When I'm on the train going into town, because I don't actually have a car right now because I also gave that up, and I was on the train, and by my feet, I saw this white feather. And it was like it was a beautiful big white feather. And I actually remember looking at it thinking, white feathers are one of my signs. Like it's one of my signs that my guides are with me. And I haven't seen one in freaking ages. And I was looking at it thinking, I've not seen a white feather in so long. And I wonder what that means, right? And my mom, like we share the same kind of like spiritual side. And so I took a picture of this white feather and I sent it to my mom, and I was like, I don't know why I've seen this, but, it feels like it's a sign. And she was like, this is a sign you're in the right place right now. And so I was like, okay, yeah, like just kind of going with it. And I get into town, and when I get to the Mac store, opposite me in the Mac store, I see that they're filming something. Like they're filming for like a new TV drama. And I'm looking at them filming and going, oh, that's cool. Like I'm seeing film sets, right? I'm seeing the cameras, I'm seeing everything. And obviously, you guys know I'm an actor. And this is, again, part of the reason why I'm stepping into celebrity energy. So anyways, I get this Mac, and the guy that's serving me, he actually says, oh, I'm a screenwriter, because he asks what I do, you know, and we get talking, and he's telling me about his screenwriting, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's cool. Like, I'm in the industry too. Anyways, I purchase the Mac, I walk back, and I have a bit of time before I'm getting back on the train. So I go and walk to a specific coffee shop that I know in the northern quarter of Manchester. This is in Manchester, guys. And I've been to this coffee shop before, and I am thinking, right, they do great coffee there. I'm going to go over there. So I get into this coffee shop, I sit down, and opposite the coffee shop, no word of a lie, there's another film set. And again, this is a bigger one, and there's like a lot going on. There's multiple cameras, there's multiple crew running around. And so I sit there, I get my coffee, and I'm just watching out the window. And in that moment, I realize that the reason I'm seeing these film sets around Manchester as soon as I get into town after being away for 4 months is because I'm in the frequency of acting. I'm in the frequency of film sets. I'm in the frequency of fame, right? And because none of the things that you see in life, the things that appear in your life, is coincidence. So this is actually a good point. Like, check in with what is actually going on in your life, what you're seeing, what's appearing. Because whatever's appearing right in front of you, you've manifested it. It's because you're in that frequency, right? So I'm sitting there and watching this film set, and I say to myself, okay, either I'm going to go up and I'm going to go and speak to a member of the crew, or just, you know, like really casually just go and ask them what they're doing, right? Either I'm going to go and do that in a minute, or one of the members of the crew or someone in that team of people is going to come and talk to me. And that was just something that I decided. And again, something that I was manifesting. I was like, you know, I'm here, I'm watching it, I'm in the frequency. I want to talk to these people. And no word of a lie, within the next half an hour of me sitting there, a member of the crew walks right on into the coffee shop that I'm sitting in. He smiles at me. He comes up to me, he goes, I've seen you sitting here, and I just want to ask, can I get your number? And so this guy, right, this member of the crew, he asks me out. Okay, so not only was my energy magnetic in the sense of like magnetizing this film sets to me as an actor, but also magnetic in the energy of, you know, I'm getting men coming up to me, which is also another part of the big journey that I've been on. And I sat there and I was like, absolutely, yeah, you can have my number. Not only is this going to help, you know, push me out there again, get dating in Manchester, but also, you know, it's great for my career. Like, I'm going to go and figure out some other things that are filming at the moment. This guy does a lot of things around there. So the reason I'm telling you this story is because that morning when I woke up and I felt wobbly over being back in the UK and what was actually here for me. And when I got on that train and saw that white feather, that was the sign that actually this is the reason that I'm back here. There's a job coming up for me. There's something happening. I'm very much in this frequency right now. And it's a good reminder for all of us, like I say, to just have a look around at your own life and see what's showing up for you, because you're possibly more in the frequency than you think you are. And when you can feel empowered through that, because for me now, I feel so empowered knowing that I've just manifested all of these film sets. I've manifested this member of the crew. I've manifested all of these things because that's the place that I want to be. That's the life I want to be living. I want to be behind that camera, right? So all of that, none of it is coincidence. And it was a good reminder for me that, yeah, the wobbles are normal, and that like your vibration changing and questioning things after a big life transition, but knowing that the universe is always supporting you. Like, if you're deciding it every day, if you're choosing it every day, and if you're working on your energy and your mindset and stepping into this frequency yourself, things are conspiring around you. Like, the things shift in your reality, and that it all comes to you. And so for me, it was a great reminder, and also made me feel really freaking empowered. And it's a great reminder for you all as well. Check in with yourselves. Check in with the frequency you're putting out there, because I promise you, you're probably manifesting way more than you think. Okay, so some of the biggest lessons that I've learned through traveling, through being away, through meeting all these other people, and like living a whole new life. Number one, the people you surround yourself with are everything. It is legit everything. You know, this is a standard thing that you hear a lot in the mindset space, that, you know, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So be really freaking picky about it. Like, what I've discovered when I went to California was that I connected with a group of people that I would honestly call like my soul friendships. Like, you know, Taylor, who I stayed with, me and Taylor are like best friends now. And, you know, it says we've known each other for 3 years, but it was only until we actually connected in person that we realized we're legit like sisters. And, you know, being in that frequency of someone who's just as delusional as me, she's just as ready to go for like massive goals, massive dreams in her life. She's just as much in this energy, this magnetic like celebrity frequency that I'm in too, you know. She actually has her own coaching business. And, you know, being in that energy and in that space with a person that honestly is like a sister to me, that energy spoke volumes for my life and what was coming into my life. But also the other people that I connected with through there, like one of Taylor's friends, Kay, she actually, I connected with her on a level too, and I actually ended up being her bridesmaid at her wedding. I'd known this girl for 3 months, and she was like, Jess, I want you to walk down the aisle. Like, and this happened so quickly. And this is also like testament to the relationships that really are potent in your life, that really are, you're supposed to have, you're supposed to meet these people. Like, these divine connections, like they will always happen for you, but you've got to keep your eyes open to it, right? If I had never traveled across the world and like followed that intuition, I would have never met these people in this way. Like, I would have never even known that these people existed. And now these people are family to me, like legitimately they're my family. And they've changed the course of my life. And not only like have they, you know, helped me become a more successful person, but they've helped me, you know, really grow into like the woman that I am. Like, I've been on a whole journey of like dating and, you know, putting myself out there as a woman, and like these girlfriends that I've had around me have like massively helped with that. And again, like, look at your own life and really focus in on who you're spending your time with, because if you want to be successful, if you are an actor or an entrepreneur, or just in life in general, if you're wanting to create true proper friendships, connections, like, you got to have your eyes open to it, and you've got to put yourself out there. And, you know, you'll have heard, like, some of you that have followed my journey or like listened to all of my podcasts, you'll have know that I've had some like proper friendship wounds in the past, and it's almost like all of that disappeared. It's almost like those friendship wounds, it was like they cleared out of my system, like energetically. Meeting these people in California, creating this life for myself, they changed the course of my life. And these are people that obviously like I'm going to go back and, you know, have a life with, right? It's another major reason for me manifesting my visa right now. So the people you spend your time with are everything. It means everything in your life. Check in with who you're spending your time with. Check in with who is around you, the frequency that's around you, because it is going to dictate the whole of your life and your career. Okay, the next lesson that I've learned is, if you want something, then jump into the action and figure the rest out later. Like, this has become one of my biggest mantras now, is just, I'm going to do the thing and then I'll figure it out afterwards. And this is obviously testament to the big risk that I took in like getting on the plane to LA in the first place and going, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm giving up everything. I'm following my intuition. I'm taking this risk. Like, it's afterwards that you then figure out what happens next. Because if we think too much about it, or if we try and plan too much, or we try and get too controlling with our life, like we never actually have the experience in the first place. So like actually just jumping into the action, taking the action, being a little bit messy with it, that's going to do wonders for your life, because you jump into the action and then everything starts falling into place around you, and you start going, okay, now I can figure out what's the next step and what's the step after that. But like, if you never take the action, if you never take the risk, you're never going to move your life forward in any way. And so really getting on the plane for me was the biggest thing here, because like I said, I wouldn't have met these people, I wouldn't have had these experiences, I wouldn't have, you know, met casting directors and done all of this in Hollywood. Like, none of that would have been a reality for me if I hadn't have actually just got on the plane in the first place. And this is something that I talk about with a lot of my clients as well. There's some of my clients working through my fame frequency course. Like, you know, I ask you, like, why haven't you done it yet? Like, if you know you want something, why haven't you taken the steps yet? And obviously, like, fear gets in the way, ego gets in the way. This is all a mindset thing, guys. So, like, if you are, if you're not prepared to work on the mindset aspect of things, you're constantly going to be living in this space in your life where you're like, why is it not happening for me? It's not happening for you because you've not just jumped into the action. Jump into the action and it will always figure out after that. Like, you'll always find a way. You're never going to be left in a position where things are really super hard for you, because you always, when you listen to your intuition and you take big action, the universe always supports you. Like I was saying before, there's always conspiring to support you. And if you don't take the action, it can't support you in it, right? So this is another huge lesson that I've learned through traveling, and not only just getting on the plane and getting over to California, but also through like some other big decisions that I've made. For example, like staying for an extra like 2-3 months than I'd actually planned to, like booking a plane ticket to Mexico and living in Mexico for a month. Like, that was never on my agenda. That was never on my list to do. But again, I just took the action and then I figured it all out afterwards. And this is a mantra that I want you guys to all live with, because this is what's really going to push your life forward. Okay, the next lesson that I've learned is some experiences are beautiful. Like, stunning experiences that you have in life. However, these experiences are also temporary, right? Not every beautiful experience you have in life is forever. And I think like just really stepping into this non-attached feeling around things is going to really, really help you. Like, non-attachment is the key, honestly, to manifesting things, because we get so attached to our desires most of the time that like we start to move into this vibration of need and like neediness and this kind of icky energy of like, leaning in too much. And one of the biggest things that I've been going on like in just in myself as a woman has been this whole experience of like of dating and putting myself out there again, because I've been single for a while now, and like I have been working on so many other aspects of my life, like my business and my career, and I kind of put the dating side of things to the side. And I was forced into like really working on this side of me in California, because my best friend Taylor is a dating coach, right? So she's there going, Jess, you need to put yourself out there. And, and I had such a fucking beautiful time, like beautiful experience dating men in California and in Mexico, right? Like, I dated a guy in Mexico who treated me like a princess. Like, it was amazing. And like, I had these beautiful experiences with these men, but not all of them lasted, right? In fact, none of them lasted. Like, none of them have actually come into fruition or gone anywhere, like, or have manifested into anything in terms of like husband, like that's what I'm manifesting right now. But like, the experiences that I've had are beautiful. And I think just being able to not be attached to these things, like whether it's dating or whether it's like acting work or, a business opportunity, like not being so attached to the experience and wanting it to go further and further and further, because, God has a plan for you. Like, the universe has a plan for you. And, humans, I think, are really fickle, because we just think we know best. And we think that, we want to control. And again, like being in this really like controlling masculine energy around things, like the plan is there. It's already written for you. Just like go with the flow with it. Like, let things happen, let things unfold. And also understand that, especially with dating or any kind of experience that you're having, if it's a beautiful experience, like, these are opportunities for you to get rid of subconscious blocks, like any other limiting beliefs you might have, let's say around men and dating, like I do. I'm letting these like subconscious blocks go around like what I deserve and the type of man that I'm calling in, right? Like, these are opportunities, these experiences that I've had with these men in terms of dating, like these were opportunities for me to rid these blocks and for me to not get too attached, because like I've had some not so nice experiences too, where like men have like completely ghosted me and I've been left feeling like, why is this pattern happening? Why am I getting ghosted again, right? And honestly, that's just something that I don't even want to have in my frequency, in my language anymore. Like, I'm being really careful about what I speak, because it doesn't have to be that way. You get to look at it in any way that you want. And honestly, for me now, I'm looking at these temporary experiences through the lens of like, wow, look how much I've learned. This was only supposed to be in my life in this chapter for like a short time, but it was beautiful. It was amazing. And you can think the same for any of the things that are going on in your life. Let's say it's an acting job, or, you know, like say a relationship, or anything that's happening for you right now. Like, it doesn't have to be the whole thing. It doesn't have to be like the rest of your life. It can just be a temporary experience, and that's okay. It's just part of your life. So really feeling into this idea of non-attachment is such a huge lesson that I've learned, and has really, again, helped me move forward and helped me grow as a person. Okay, the final lesson, and honestly, like, there's so many lessons, but, you know, I could do probably like multiple podcasts on this in itself, but we're going to keep it concise. The final thing that I've learned, honestly, is that when you consistently raise your standards, it will always pay off. And what I mean here is that, honestly, for me, I was saying at the start of this episode, like, I've really stepped into this frequency of celebrity and this frequency of luxury. And I've realized that it's something that I really deserve. Like, I deserve to live a life of richness, of fullness, of money, of, you know, these 5-star resorts, these luxury beach clubs that I talk about, these dates that I go on where I'm treated like a princess. Like, I deserve these things in my life, and it's a standard that I've now set for myself. And I remember, you know, chatting to my friend Taylor about how when I was in Mexico, I was like, I've just had this big realization that I'm not settling for any less. Like, with the men that I date, for example, like, I'm not dating poor men. I'm not dating broke men. That's not the frequency that I'm in, right? You know, things like that. Or, you know, just the life that I'm living. Like, I'm not after like a tiny role on a short film. Like, these are great and I'll do them and it's great, but for my career, like, I'm after main part on Netflix. Why not? Why not dream to that place? Why not go to that place? And honestly, like, there's a difference between dreaming big and actually believing that you deserve big. And something clicked into place for me whilst I was away, where I was like, I have legitimately manifested all of this for myself. I'm sitting here. I was actually sitting in a beach resort in Cancun by myself. Like, I was there traveling by myself until the others got there for the wedding, and I was sitting there by myself, looking out at the water with like some fish tacos that I just ordered that were like fresh fish tacos. Like, oh, amazing food. And I was looking out at the water. I was thinking, I've manifested this myself. Right? I'm not settling for any less than this anymore. Like, there's no way that when I get back to the UK, my standards are going to lower. Like, you know, and I think that's another reason why my vibration wobbled a little bit, because I think part of my ego was thinking, oh my God, like, am I going backwards by going back to the UK? Which isn't true, because as I just stated, like, when you're in a frequency, you're going to attract those things to your life. And so for me, like, these standards that I've now set, like, I'm not settling for anything less than that. And honestly, that's the reason I'm attracting everything that I've attracted into my life. So, as I say, with the career side of things, actually meeting with Hollywood casting directors and, you know, going on these 5-star holidays and, you know, meeting these men that take me out to these, like, the most expensive places in LA and, like, in Orange County. Like, these things that have happened to me now, these experiences that I've had in terms of luxury, I'm never going back from that. And it's just a standard that I've set for myself. And so I think as well, for all of you guys, it's just a lesson to say, okay, if you know that you want something from life, set it as your standard. Don't have anything that's below that. Like, when it's a standard, you can always go above your standard. You can always, like, exceed your standards, but, like, we're never going below the standards. And for me, the standards have been set very high. And there's a reason for that, because I don't want to live a low quality life. I want to live a high quality life. I'm a high quality person, and therefore that's the life I'm living. And this has been like a huge lesson for me, because I think that, again, some more subconscious blocks had just been cleared for me in that moment when I was sitting in Cancun and I was looking out across the ocean. I was like, this life I'm never going back from. So again, for you guys, think about where you're setting your standards right now. Like, where are they on the scale? Are they quite low? Because if they're low, set them higher and don't go below that. And just decide it from the universe. Say, like, this is my standard. I'm either having this or something better than this. And when you do decide that and you're in that frequency, that's when it's going to come in for you. So honestly, like, I can't fit in everything else in terms of life updates, in terms of lessons, everything over the last 4 months, but probably like 2 months since I've been on the podcast. But this has been like a great overview for you guys, just to understand like where I'm at now, like the frequency that I'm now playing in, some of the major lessons that I've learned. And I hope that you've had some big takeaways from this. If you have, then please do take a screenshot of this episode, tag me on your Instagram stories at I am Jessica Paul. I love to see who's listened in. I love to see who is like taking in all of this and inside the community. And I'm going to be chatting again with you guys regularly. Like I'm going to be back on the regular. I can't wait. I've missed you all so much. And we're going to be talking about all things mindset, manifestation, celebrity energy, getting noticed, being seen, just stepping into this frequency of confidence and success. And I can't wait. I can't wait for what's to come. We've got a whole half of 2023 left. There's so much that can happen. If you guys want to get involved in my Fame Frequency course, drop me a DM, hit the link in my show notes, and I'll chat to you all next week. So much love, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who you think would love it too. And if you want to let me know how you found it, just screenshot this episode, add it to your Instagram story, and tag me at I am Jessica Paul so that I can throw all the love right back at you. And of course, subscribe, hit those 5 stars, and leave a review to show your support and to keep the good stuff coming. Sending you so much love and gratitude from your girl Jess.